Hey first graders, it's Miss Bratland, and I had so much fun learning about penguins last week that I decided we should learn some more. So we need to grab out our journals and our pencils because as researchers, we need to take notes to record what we learned. So please find out your notebook and pencil. Then, while you're waiting for the rest of the class, why don't you start flipping through your pages until you can find a clean one? Wow, I just found the one that we did on penguins last time. Remember we talked about emperor penguins and their habitat, home. So they live in Antarctica, brr. You can go brr every time you say Antarctica. So their home is Antarctica and their diet, so what do they eat? They eat fish, krill, and squid. Now, I noticed last time when we were reading that they talked about big penguins and little penguins, just like humans, we're humans, we have adults, and then we have little babies. So today we are going to reread our book, just a couple sections, and focus on the adult penguins and the little penguins. So if you still have not found a page to write on, so the next clean one, if you notice, I had writing and then here's my next clean one. I don't want to skip pages, but if you have found your next clean one, you're ready to go. If you have not found a clean page, I want you to hit pause so you don't fall behind. Like I said, we are going to be reading a book that we already read. So this book was called Emperor Penguins. But this time I love rereading because I always look for different things when I read. The first time we were looking for the diet and habitat. This time we want to write about adult penguins and baby penguins. So we need to write some facts about both of them. First, I'm going to stop sharing actually. First, in our journal, we're going to write our name and our header. So first, we're going to write all about adult penguins. So start writing your name at the top of your page. Make sure it's flat and neat, so that we know this is about adult penguins. I'm going to write adult penguins, and then all the facts below are all about just adult penguins. So A, D, 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 U, L, T, adult. Finger space, penguins. P, P, G, G. Ooh, sorry. P, G, G, G. And then an S. Sorry there. P-E-N-G-U-I-N-S. Adult penguins. And then I'll just underline it so that I know that it's my title. Adult penguins. Now, while we read, we're going to write some facts down about the adult penguins. Here we go. So like I said, we're going to reread part of the book we looked at last time and pull out different facts this time. So I put us to the section called Black and White. Emperor penguins are black and white with yellow markings around their head. Dense feather and blubber protects the birds from the cold. Did you learn something about adult penguins? Maybe what do they look like? So think. I'm going to read it one more time, and I want you to think about what do penguins look like. Emperor penguins are black and white with yellow markings around their head. Dense feathers and blubber protect the penguins from the cold. Yeah, I heard you say black and white. So in our notes, I'm going to do something called the bullet point. So I just put a little dot. There it is. There's my little dot called my bullet point, and I'm going to write black and white. When you hear a k at the end of the word, it's CK. Black, finger space, and white. W-H-I-T. Silent E. Black and white. I already hear some of you yelling. They also have a yellow marking. So if you want, by yourself, you can write and yellow if you want to. So sound out yellow. Y-E-L-L-O. Yellow. We also learned something else. Do you remember what it said about their feathers? Dense feathers. So dense means thick. Adult penguins have thick feathers. Let's add another bullet point and write thick. T-H-C-K, thick. And then feathers. Silent A, T-ers. Thick feathers. If I'm going too fast, remember, you can just hit the pause button and catch up your writing. Let's keep reading. The claws on their feet grip the ice to walk. Their wide wings work as paddles in the water. Did you learn something else about adult penguins? What's something else that they have? Yeah, adult penguins have claws. So add another bullet point or a little dot, and we're just going to say claws. C-L-A-W, claws. Some of you may be asking, why am I not putting periods at the end of my words? It's because they're just words. They're not a full sentence. So claws is not a full sentence. If I said they have claws, that's a full sentence and would need a period. Claws. We also learned something else. If you want, we can even add, actually, we can add claws on feet because they don't have claws on their hands like we have fingernails. So let's say claws on, O-N, feet. E-double-E, claws on feet. We also learned that they have wings. Nice job remembering all those facts. So we learned these wings aren't for flying, they're like paddles. W-I-N-G. Wings. Add an S because they have two. Wings. W-I-N-G. Wings. Let's keep reading to learn even more about adult penguins. If you need extra time, just hit pause. So here's a little label. So it talks about it has a long curved body. So adult penguins. It has the yellow marking. So some of us wrote that fact down. And then wide wings. There's the wings that we just wrote about. These penguins stand about 4 feet tall. Their bodies are long and curved to help them swim. They weigh about between 50 and 88 pounds. You learned something else? Oh, no way, first graders. What did you learn? Feel free to write some facts that you learned on your own. I learned they're 4 feet tall. So I'm going to write the number 4, and then I'm going to copy the word feet from above. Feet. 4 feet tall. All. Oh, I hear the sight word all. So I'm going to write all. 4 feet tall. Maybe you want to also add that they're long and they have curved bodies or how much they weigh. But I think we have a pretty good list so far. So black and white, thick feathers, claws on feet, wings, and 4 feet tall. Last thing, I want to remind us that we can get facts from the picture. So do you notice what's on the head of this penguin? Do you know what that's called? A lot of birds have them. Look right here where my mouse is circling. Yeah, they also have a beak. So let's add one more fact. Beak. B-E-B-E-A-K. Beak. Great job. Look at all those facts that we found. So adult penguins are black and white, have thick feathers. Oh my, I realized we spelled feathers wrong. I said features. So if you would like, we can switch it. So I'm just going to scribble mine out. I'm sorry, you have an eraser, first grader, so why don't you erase that? And feathers is F-E-A-T-H-E-R-S. There we go. Some of you might have caught it and was shouting at me through this video, but I didn't catch it. That's why all good readers reread. So always reread what you're writing. So they have thick feathers, claws on feet, wings, 4 feet tall, beak. Perfect. Now we're going to write about baby penguins. So I happen to have the next page open. So I'm just going to use my next blank page. Maybe you're writing on the back, but let's flip to a brand new page so that you are ready. I'm not going to write anything yet because I know sometimes baby animals have a special name. So let's see if baby penguins have a special name. Here we go. We're going to learn all about penguins. Like I said, we're going to reread. Starting up here. Female and male pair up after the long trip. Soon, females lay 1 egg each. Males keep the egg warm while the females leave to find food. Chicks hatch from the egg 2 months later. Then the female returns to help take care of the chicks. Oh, are you stopping me? Did we figure out what baby penguins are called? Yeah, they're called chicks. So let's write chicks. C-H-I-C-K-S. Chicks, and underline it. Now we're going to try to write some facts about baby penguins. Chicks have downy feathers. The babies form their own groups to stay warm. We talked about feathers with the big penguins. Let's talk about them with our baby penguins too. So downy feathers also means thin feathers or super soft. So let's put our bullet pointer. Let's write downy. D-ow-w-w-e with a Y. Downy. Finger says feathers, and let's spell feathers right this time. F-E-A-T-H-E-R. And they have more than one, so let's add our S. Downy feathers. Readers can learn facts just by looking at the picture. So we're all going to look at the picture right down here in the corner. Can you figure out what color chicks are? We also want to look, do they also have wings and do they also have claws? So look super close down there at the bottom. Get close to your computer screens. Do they have claws like they're big penguins? Yeah, they do. So did you figure out what colors they were? Agree. They are gray or white. So let's write gray. G-R-A. Gray. Finger space and white. W-H-I. Silent E. Gray and white. Then we also said they have wings. W-I-N-G. Wings. W-I-N-G. Wings. And then claws. Claws. C-L-A-W-S. P-A-W-S. Remember, if I'm going too fast, just slow me down by hitting pause. Last, let's look at the size of our penguins. Here's our chick penguins. Here's our adult penguins. Are our chicks larger or smaller compared to our adult penguins? Our baby chicks, are they smaller or larger? Agreed, they are smaller. So let's add just one more fact. Smaller, all. Oh, there's that sight word all again. A-L-L-E-R, smaller. I know I said one more fact, but let's look. Did they also have a beak? Yeah, they had a beak just like their adult penguins. B-E-E-A-K, beak. Perfect. We wrote all about the baby chicks. So chicks, they have downy feathers, so soft and thin ones. They are gray and white. They have wings, claws, smaller, and they have beaks. We have one last job before we're done. I know first graders, we're doing a lot of work and you're doing awesome. I want you to pull out a yellow crayon. So in your crayon box, can you find a yellow crayon? While you're looking for this yellow crayon, I'm gonna let you know what we're gonna do. So we wanna see, how are baby penguins similar? So how are they alike? And how are they different from the adult penguins? Our job is, with our yellow crayons, we're gonna compare them. So if we find a fact that's in common, so the same with the adult penguin and the baby penguins, we're gonna shade it with yellow. So if you haven't found your yellow crayon yet, just hit pause and find it. So here is my list. Wow, first graders, we've done a lot. We're gonna now compare. So let's start with our adult penguin size. Our first fact was black and white. Are baby penguins or chicks also black and white? They're white, but they're not black and white. They're gray and white, so I'm not gonna color that. Our next one says thick feathers. Do baby penguins have thick feathers? No, they have feathers, but they're soft. They're downy feathers. Next one, claws on feet. Do baby penguins have claws on their feet? Yeah, they do. So with that yellow crayon, you're gonna lightly go over where you wrote claws on feet. And you're also gonna go over it on our chick side. So now we know that's something they have in common. Next is wings. Do baby penguin or chicks have wings too? Yes, 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 they both have wings. So let's highlight that. "4 feet tall." Are chicks 4 feet tall? No way, they're a lot smaller. Last one, beak. Do baby penguins or chicks, do they have a beak? Yeah, they both have beaks, so let's color them in. Once you're done, put that yellow crayon away. If you're not done coloring, hit pause so that you can finish writing. Now, first graders, when I look at all my facts, I notice that adult penguins and baby penguins have some things in common. Like they both have claws, they both have wings, and they both have a beak. But they don't look like their adult penguins. They're different colors, they have different types of feathers, and they are a different size. So right here, they're super tall. They're 4 feet tall, and some of them. And then our chick penguins are small. Thank you so much for rereading our book about penguins today and learning even more facts. Feel free to share these facts with someone at home. Thanks so much for all your hard work. I know we did a lot, and I am so, so proud of you. I'll see you next time when we can learn about a new animal.